Hey guys, welcome back to Deanne's POV podcast. My name is Deanne and I'm so glad to have you guys here with me today. So let's get into the episode. Okay, so a little life update. Yesterday was Eid and me and my sister hosted for my family and friends. It was absolutely incredible. I loved setting up. I loved decorating. It was really, really fun. I took a lot of candid photos of my family. I took some photos of the setup that we did, which was absolutely stunning. And honestly, it was just such a good time. I am honestly also trying to get back into working out because this past month I have not gone to the gym. I've probably gone once. I'm not going to over exaggerate. I probably went a couple times, but it wasn't consistent. I wasn't really working out really hard. So I'm trying to get back into it. I really miss it, y'all. I never thought that I'd miss working out, but I guess I do now. Anywho, getting into today's episode, a couple days ago, my sister reminded me of this interaction that we had. It was actually so random, but we met this older man and he was telling us stories about his life. And when you can just feel their joy, I felt it. He told me that he has lived the best life ever and he meant it. He continues to tell us stories about his travels, places he's lived before, people he met, and different experiences that he had. Even the hard times, he still, without hesitation, claimed that he lived an amazing life. And honestly, the reason it stuck out to me was because I was thinking a lot these past couple days, all I really want is to live a happy life. I just want to be happy, y'all. Honestly, all I want is to be able to look back and be like, wow, I really lived, right? I was doing all of these things. I was happy, and continue to be that way. You know what I mean? I want to be able to choose happiness. I don't want to chase it. I don't want to need to earn it. I don't want to wait for it after everything has been checked off my to-do list. You know what I mean? I want to actively choose it. Honestly, for the longest, I've always associated happiness with laziness. If I wanted to be happy, I just wanted to eat the good food. I wanted to chill. I didn't want to do much. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I associated happiness with. And it's not like I didn't want to work hard or set goals or be ambitious. I honestly just want to be happy doing those things. You know what I mean? Obviously, there are times where you're going to experience sadness or these other emotions, but the majority of the time, I want it to be a happy experience. I don't want to wake up dreading life. And honestly, for the longest time, I thought in order to be ambitious, I needed to be taken seriously. And there has to be some sort of suffering associated with it. That happiness will come later. You know what I mean? I always thought that after I struggle for a couple of years, I'll find happiness at the end of the tunnel. And maybe it might be at the end of the tunnel. But why do I have to suffer and be angry, exhausted, sad, whatever the hell I'm feeling in order to get there? Why can't I be happy, excited, and also be ambitious? You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, now, even thinking back in my own life, the moments that I felt the most real and the most alive weren't always big milestone moments, you know what I mean? And a lot of the time it's just small in between stuff, maybe a conversation I had with somebody, maybe a trip I took, maybe just getting feeling that sense of joy from every little thing. That is what I want. I don't want to delay my joy until I've made it, because honestly, what does made it even mean? Because that finish line continues to shift as we grow and hit goals one after the other. And as time goes on, like, you're gonna have different goals. You're always gonna have another finish line. So are you gonna be sad and depressed until you get to that finish line, or are you gonna just make the switch and decide to be happy every single day? Because a lot of the time it is your choice, because you are in control of all your emotions. So you get to choose how you want to live your life, how you want your life to make you feel, because that is extremely important. And it's extremely important to me, because even thinking back now, I have had times where I convince myself, in order to be happy, I have to go through life head on. Like, I have to go in full force, no breaks, no joy, just pushing, pushing, pushing. And at some point, I was just so exhausted of continuously pushing and not being able to actually experience life for what it is. Because the truth is, even if I'm tired or feeling overwhelmed or feeling like I'm all over the place, I still want to be excited about life. Because once you're excited about what you're doing, you become more excited about where you're going. That's what happiness means to me. And honestly, a lot of the times I have this sense of guilt that just creeps up on me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people also experience this. And I just feel guilty for wanting to be happy. Like, we don't deserve to feel joy until we reach some sort of unspoken level of doing enough. But honestly, happiness isn't the reward. It's not some trophy that you get or win after surviving the grind. Is something that you're allowed to feel now. You're allowed to feel it every single day. And it's okay to want joy. It's okay to want to be happy every day. It's okay to want peace even when the world is chaotic. It's okay to laugh, rest, dance, smile, whatever you want to do that makes you happy. It's okay to want those things, because honestly, life isn't perfect. The world isn't perfect. And you can't wait for everything to be perfect in order to be happy. Because the truth really is that life is never going to be perfect. There's always going to be something. But honestly, joy does not require perfection. It just requires presence. So yeah, that's where I am right now. That's where I'm at in my life. I just want to live a life that I'm excited about. One where I can be happy and ambitious, one where I don't feel like I have to sacrifice my own peace to prove that I'm serious about my goals. And if it sounds selfish, so be it. I'm cool with it sounding selfish. And honestly, there has been many instances in my life where I wanted the day to be done before I even started, and it was because I was forcing myself to do things that didn't make me happy. And honestly, it was my choice at the time. Like, I chose to put myself through that. But then at the end, once I realized that I didn't see myself doing anything like that long term, I decided that I needed to do something else. I needed to leave. I needed to take myself out of that situation. And the relief I felt was absolutely insane. And I felt like I was alive again. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't dreading the next day after I left. I was honestly kind of excited about it. But also, in reality, there are going to be many instances in our lives where we're going to have to do things regardless of our feelings. But you need to look at the long term. You need to recognize whether or not you're doing this for you, or it's necessary for you to do them. You know what I mean? So if you honestly have been pushing yourself nonstop and wondering why you're still not fulfilled, maybe it's not because you're not doing enough. Maybe it's because you have been denying yourself happiness in the name of productivity. You deserve more than that. You deserve to live and not just survive. And I hope this is a reminder to choose joy, not later, not after the next goal, but right now in this moment. So before I end this episode, I wanted to leave you guys with a quote that I came across a couple days ago. Joy is not in things, it is in us, by Richard Wagner. Honestly, that really stuck with me, because sometimes I catch myself thinking that happiness is something I'll find once everything outside of us is perfect, but maybe it's already there and we just have to stop ignoring it. So before you go, take the time to check in with yourself and ask yourself whether or not you're giving yourself permission to feel joy, or if you're waiting to earn it or waiting for the right moment. And take the time to reflect on the small moments that bring you joy in your everyday life and what brings you a little bit more peace every single day. Anywho, thank you guys so much for joining me today. And if you guys like this episode, please feel free to leave a comment or review. And if you guys like this podcast, feel free to share it with your friends, family, whomever you think will like it. And if you guys ever want to connect, I am on socials at DancePOV. I'm mostly on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.